showed me the way to happiness. I just want to be with you. You've given me the precious gift of your truth. I promise to protect it with all my heart. And even when things seem to fall apart, I can always make a start. Lord Buddha, I feel safe in your arms. You have cradled me with your Dharma truth. I take refuge in my Lord. Lord Buddha, I'll never want to walk alone. And I know you're always here beside me. I'd rather be walking this path than others. You are here to show me the path you've shown. I walk today with joy. Together with my Lord, I can always be. And even if I don't see you often, you have never left me. Lord Buddha, I feel safe in your arms. You have cradled me with your Dharma truth. I take refuge in my Lord. Lord Buddha, I feel safe in your arms. You have cradled me with your Dharma truth. I take refuge in my Lord. I take refuge in my
The Buddha taught the noble truth to me. I see reality, and with these truths, the middle path I choose. The Dharma shines in me. I'll strive for freedom, for sweet release. In me all craving cease. And so I'm here to share all that I know. The dawn see. It shines so bright in me.
My life is filled with blessings, abundant like the air. I've a little bit of everything and a lot of love to share. I have all my friends to thank for, and I've nothing to regret. So please kindly do remind me if my blessings I forget. There are days of joyous laughter, of simple endless fun. There are times of childlike wonder. It's as if life's just begun. I must thank the happy faces of the people that I've met. And please kindly do remind me if my blessings I forget. Well, these blessings come and go. There'll be times when I'm alone. So I'll thank my friends and family for the love they've always shown. My life is filled with blessings, how much I'll never know. They have soothed my times of trouble. They have helped me learn and grow. So I think it's now the right time to return these deeds of love and become a shining blessing to one and all above. I'll never know. They have soothed my times of trouble. They have helped me learn and grow. So I think it's now the right time to return these deeds of love and become a shining blessing to one and all above. I'll become a shining blessing to one and all above.
There is a ray of joy that's in the air, shining brightly as I see, shining gently, surely as ever be, for the eyes that never sleep. From newborn child to trees with falling leaves, from the changes we perceive, showing us the truth in every way, is the law that never sways. What is born will cease to be, what is good will thrive indeed. But to strive beyond the good and bad is the way to sweet relief. Our journey starts when we become aware the ray of joy is everywhere, for us to learn to love and live to share, for the peace we long to see. firstborn will cease to be. What is good will thrive indeed, but to strive beyond the good and bad is the way to sweet relief. Our journey starts when we become aware. The ray of joy is everywhere, for us to learn to love and live to share. For the peace we long to see in you and me. For the peace we long to see in you and me.
For every end there's a start. Like every smile warms the heart. 'Cause the truth will shine through. Faith will guide you, and love will see you home.
With every breath there's an end, yet we'll be happy, my friend, 'cause the truth will shine through. Faith will guide you, and love will see you home.
I must thank you for the love that you have given me, and your smile has given wings to me and set me free. I'll remember you as clearly as I see you here today. I'll be strong again and I'll be on my way.
I'll recall your words of wisdom when I sleep tonight. I will act on your behalf, the deeds of good and right. I will learn to stand without your hand the next time that I fall. And no matter what my karma, I'll stand tall.
'Cause the truth will shine through,
Faith will guide you,
and love will see you home.
truth will shine through.
Faith will guide you, and love will see you home. Love will see you home.
Namo Buddhaya, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Very good morning to everyone. Very happy to see so many of you are sending messages in the comment box. You are very early and we are happy to see you. In order to have clarity of audio and the visual, please check your Wi-Fi reception. If you encounter any problem or poor audio or visual, it is maybe due to your poor Wi-Fi reception. Just remember during the Buddha Puja service, remember to have a calm mind. And I welcome all devotees to prepare a candle or an oil lamp to offer at your altar. Wait for the announcement to light the candle together with Venerable Dr. Dhammapala. To those of you who have just joined us, welcome to Subang Jaya Buddhist Association. This is the 40th online Sundays Buddha Puja service. We have been organizing this weekly online puja service in order to give an opportunity to Buddhist devotees near and far to continue with our Buddhist faith and practices, and have opportunity to listen to the Dhamma talks during this COVID-19 period. Continue to wish each other in the comment box. Brothers and sisters, let us prepare ourselves by sitting comfortably, relax our mind and bodies, let go of thinking about the past and future, and be in the present moment. Congratulate yourself again for joining us in this Sunday Buddha Puja service. I shall hand over to our Puja leader, Sister Anne. Over to you, Sister Anne.
Thank you, Brother John. Good morning, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Namo Buddhaya. Let us begin with our Sunday Buddha Puja service. With respect, may we invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to make the offerings to the Buddha. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, you may also light your candles or oil lamps. For the other devotees, let us place our palms together in Anjali position and contemplate mindfully as Bhantes make the offerings. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. 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 Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, let us pay homage to the triple chant. Buddhang pujemi, Dhammang pujemi, Sanghang pujemi. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, together we shall invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to administer to us the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts. Ahang Bhante Sangsara Vata Dukkhato Mochanataya Tisaranena saha Panchasilang Dhammam yachami Anukkaham katva Silang deta me bante Dutiyampi aham bante Samsara vattatu kattu Mochanataya Tisaranena saha Panchasilang Dhammam yachami Anukkaham katva Silang deta me bante Tatiyampi aham bante Samsara vattatu kattu Mochanataya Tisaranena saha Panchasilang Dhammam yachami Anukkaham katva Silang deta me bante
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Tisarana Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Panchasila Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Kamesu miccācara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kamesu Miccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Surameraya majapamadatthana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Suramiraya Majapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami.
Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami.
Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami. Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami.
Appamadena sampadeta.
Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Buddhanusati, recollection of the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijacharana sampanno sugato lokavido anodaro purisa dhamma sarati sattadeva manosanang Buddha Bhagavati. Dhammanusati, recollection of the Dhamma. Soakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanayiko Pachatang Veditabo Vinyohiti. Sanghanusati, recollection of the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujjapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yogani atta purisa pogala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakineyo anjali karaniyo anodara punyaketa lokasati. Chetya Vandana, salutation to the holy shrine. Vandami Chetiyang Sabang Sabatane Supatitidang Saririkadatu Mahabodhi Buddha Rupang Sakalang Sadang Bodhi Vandana Yasamule Nisinova Sabari Vichayang Akan Pato Sabbanyutang Satang Vande Tang Bodhipadapang Ime ete mahabodhi lokanat tena pujita ahang pite namasami bodhiraja namatute Padipa Puja Gana Sarap Paditena Dipena Tamadansina Tilokadi Pangsambodang Pujayami Tamonodang Dhupa Puja, offering of incense. Gandhasam Barayutena Dupenahang Sugandina Bojaye Bojaneyandang Boja Bhajanamutamang Pupa Puja, offering of flowers. Vanaganda gunopetang etang kusuma santati Pujayami munindas sripada saroruhe Ojemi buddhang kusumena nena pengena met Tena cha hotu mokhang Popang milaya tiyata idame Kayo tata yati vinasa bhavang Paniya Puja, offering of water. Adivase no bande Paniyang parikapitang Anukampang upadaya Patiganhatu mutamang Asking for forgiveness. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Acayang kamame bante boripanya tatagata Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Acayang kamame dhamma sanditika akalika Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katang Acayang kamame sangha supatipanna anuttara Sadhu, sadhu Sadhu.
Namo Buddhaya, and good morning, Bhante, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. This morning, we are very pleased to have Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to be with us again in our Sunday Buddha Puja. Venerable Dr. Dhammapala will be giving a Dhamma talk in both English and Mandarin. And brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, if you have any questions relating to the talk, please type your questions in the comment section. We shall then invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to answer your question after his Dhamma talk. I'm sure most of you, if not all, have got to know Venerable Dr. Dhammapala very well. But still, please allow me to introduce Venerable Dr. Dhammapala. Venerable Dr. Dhammapala was born in Kuching in 1970. He was ordained as a Upasampada Bhikkhu in Wat Chong, Kedah in 1994, under the most respected Chau Kun Praraj Dhammatara, who was a chief Samis Sanghanayaka in Malaysia. Subsequently, he sought spiritual dependence under the guidance of Venerable Dhammasakaro Mahathero. He spent 15 years studying Buddhist philosophy, Pali, Sanskrit literature in Sri Lanka and in Hong Kong. In 2009, Venerable Dr. Dhammapala obtained his doctorate of philosophy in Buddhist studies under the supervision of Professor Venerable K.L. Dhamajodi in the University of Hong Kong. After his graduation, he was appointed as a chief editor and spiritual director for the Buddhist Door website, one of the oldest and largest Buddhist websites in the world. In 2013 to 2013, he was a visiting assistant professor at the Center of Buddhist Studies, the University of Hong Kong. He traveled frequently to conduct meditation retreats, Dhamma talks, and teachings in Malaysia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and China. Venerable Dr. Dhammapala is also one of the monastic advisors of the Theravada Buddhist Council of Malaysia. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, with deep respect, we now invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to begin the Dhamma talk this morning on the significance of Cheng Beng Memorial Puja. Bhante.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Venerable, please share the slides.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, is it? I forgot to share. Share the screen. Okay. Is it okay now? Okay. A very good morning to Dhamma friends of Facebook and YouTube of Subang Jaya Buddhist Association, Namo Buddhaya. The ancestors of Malaysian Chinese mostly come from China, particularly Fujian province, Guangdong, Hainan, and Guangxi provinces. And they have inherited traditional Chinese culture and religious celebration of the Chinese. Almost every month, you can see Malaysian Chinese celebrating traditional Chinese festival of religious celebration. For example, during the Lunar Chinese New Year and the Mid-Autumn Festival, the houses, temples, streets are decorated with red lantern. Then during the Ulamban Festival, you find the singing stages set up to offer thanks to the god. So Malaysian Chinese really love traditional culture and festival, and our ancestors have been seriously preserving this traditional festival. So today, I will share with you the significance of Cheng Beng Memorial Puja. 那马来西亚的华人呢，祖先都大部分来自中国尤其是在福建省广东省、海南省跟这个广西省，他们呢传承了传统中华文化和宗教的庆典。那几乎每个月份呢，我们都可以看到大马华人都在庆祝传统节日或是宗教庆典比如说是在农历 新年呢以及中秋节期间呢，我们会看到呢，在大街小巷啊、每家每户啊，或者是庙宇呢，都挂满了红红的灯笼。那中元节期间呢，我们也看到了一些神庙呢，前面搭起了这个歌台或者是戏班酬神表演。所以可见呢，马来西亚的华人啊，真的是非常热爱传统文化和节日。我们的祖先呢，也保留并传承这些传统文化节日。那今天呢，想跟大家分享清明节追思感恩的意义。So Qingming festival is also known as the Tom Sweeping Festival. And it is the day Chinese people visiting tombs, worship and remember their ancestors. And this festival commemorates ancestors and do necessary things to show our expression of filial piety to our ancestors. And the modern significance of the Chengming festival is that the younger generation learn to be obedient to parents and cultivate the sense of gratitude and respect. And these days should also be promoted as the day of filial piety to parents. Then through this event, we raise an awareness to more of our children to be obedient to the parents. And I will cite several suttas to show the importance of obedience and to parents and our duties of supporting our parents and the effect of the order of nature if we respect parents. 清明呢，也称为这个扫墓或者是上坟。那这是呢祭拜和怀念祖先的日子。那这也是呢我们说一年中呢最重要的祭祀节日呢，我们缅怀祖先对父母呢履行这个孝道。那清明节的现代意义呢，就是年轻一代的子女呢需要孝顺父母加强报恩意识。所以呢我们应该呢把这一天命名为孝顺父母节。主要的目的呢就是唤醒和加强意识，要对父母呢即时孝顺。所以呢我今天会有引用一些早期的经典，说明孝顺父母的重要性，以及呢履行对父母的责任和不孝顺父母呢所带来大自然的这个影响。Qingming festival also has another significance, right? Besides a festival for tomb sweeping and worshipping ancestors, it is also a joyous festival for people to get close to the nature, go out and enjoy the fun of spring season. So, Qingming festival can be summed up as two major festival traditions. So one is the visiting grave and burial ground to pay the respect to the ancestors and be gratitude to parents. However, paying respect and be gratitude to ancestors shall not be waited until they pass away. So we want to promote filial piety to parents while they are still alive, especially in this present society. The relationship between family members become more and more distant due to attachment to the social media. And we easily neglect our role to pay respect to parents. That is why there should be an awareness and activity to awaken people to be awakened and filial to our parents. Then, of course, the other one is to go out, outing and get close to the nature, 清明嘛, and enjoy the fun of spring in the outing. 清明节呢，还有另外一个很重要的意义呢，就是除了我们说这个扫墓祭祖的这些节日之外呢，也让我们人或者是全家人亲近大自然，踏青游玩。 那享受呢春天乐趣的欢乐节日。所以总结起来呢，清明节有2个节令的传统。第一呢，就是礼敬我们的祖先，就是慎终追远，感恩父母和祖先。那无论如何，礼敬祖先呢，感恩祖先呢，不是要等到他们死后呢才去礼敬的。我们要提倡呢，父母在世的时候呢，我们要多孝顺父母。尤其是现今的社会，大家都非常忙于电话这个社交平台，而忽略了亲子关系的培养。所以很多孩子呢都不懂得孝顺父母了。所以这也为什么呢，我们要大力的提倡，唤醒人们内心对父母的孝顺所以呢，我们应该也把这个清明节呢称为孝顺父母节。那当然，第二呢，就是亲近大自然享受春天的这个乐趣。The Buddha highly appreciate the value and the virtue of the gratitude. Then after the Buddha's enlightened, he always lived in gratitude. Throughout his life, he treated everything with gratitude for people and things. And he showed by example to demonstrate what is gratitude. And these photos is taken in Bodh. Then this is in the second week, the Buddha stood and stared uninterruptedly at the Bodhi tree without eyes blinking in order to express his thanks and gratitude. 那佛陀呢，是非常重视感恩感恩呢是一种崇高的美德。那佛陀觉悟之后呢，他一直生活在这个感恩之中。那在他一生中呢，无论对人或对事情呢，都坚持抱着感恩的心态来对待一切。那从他成道之后，那么第2个星期呢，坐着面向菩提树开始呢，到涅槃安卧在这个沙罗双树可以看出来呢，佛陀真的就是以身作则为弟子呢示范最佳的这个例子那就是感恩呢。那这张图片呢是佛陀成佛后的第2个星期。那佛陀从这里站立就向着这个菩提树的方向，一直注视着菩提树呢，以报答菩提树的恩惠。And there are 4 objects of gratitude mentioned by the Buddhas. First is a gratitude to the parents, right? And being a man must not forget his root. And this refers to parents and ancestors who gave birth to me. Therefore, we should be grateful to our ancestors and to our parents. In addition to worshiping our ancestors, we must also show respect to our parents, because parents bringing us up, right, out of love and responsibility. And the second is a gratitude to our country. Then if our country is strong, the people also prosper. So the prosperity of the country rely on the unity, harmony, and the gratitude of the community. So the citizens, people can enjoy a peaceful and prosperous life because of the support of the country. And the third, gratitude to all sentient beings. So we depend on many people for our living, right? Continuous living in the world. So we should be grateful for all the people who supported me in my living, right? And the fourth is the gratitude to the Triple Gem. So as a disciple of the Buddhas, right? Buddha is our teacher, and we follow his teaching. He discovered the truth of suffering and showed us the path leading to the end of suffering. Therefore, we show our gratitude to the Triple Gem. 那佛陀呢谈到的这个感恩有这4种那么我们把它称为4重恩4重恩那第1个恩呢就是父母恩。那做人呢 别忘本有一句话这样说，就是指呢生我育我的这个父母和祖先。因此呢，对于先人或者是我们的双亲给我们的力量呢我们都要感谢我们都要感恩。那除了呢祭拜我们的祖先呢我们当然也要对我们的父母呢尽我们的孝敬之心，因为呢父母对子女的养育呢是出自于爱心和他们的责任。那国家恩就是呢国家强大呢人民呢就会富强所以国泰民安呢是要靠社群的这种团结和谐包容跟感恩，那我们国民呢才能够感受到呢得天下太平的这种生活所以呢我们要感恩我们的国家。第三呢就是众生恩人生存在这个世间上呢，我们必须呢依赖各行各业呢的给予，我们才能够生存下去所以我们要感恩所有的众生。那第四呢就是众生恩我们以佛为师依教奉行。那佛陀呢也为这个世人揭示了这个人生的真相对，引向这个觉悟之道，使众生能够呢离苦得乐所以呢我们要感恩三宝。The most manifestation of filial piety of the Buddhas is his 3 months spent in the 33 heaven, or we call it Tawatimsa heaven, preaching the Abhidhamma teaching to his departed mother called Maya, and who has been reborn as a deity. So immediately after listening to the Abhidhamma teaching, she attained the Sotapanna sainthood. That is the first sainthood. Then, 所以呢，一个比较明显的例子呢，就是佛陀对他已故的母亲说法这呢是佛陀表达对母亲的这个感恩。那么经典记载就是佛陀呢去到了这33天，向他的母亲就是摩耶夫人讲说这个阿毗达摩。那他的母亲呢在听完之后呢感到非常的欣喜感到非常的欢喜，那也就证得了这个出国圣者就是我们讲的这个须陀洹果。So in the Anguttara Nikaya, right, Anguttara Nikaya, there are 3 duties have been impressed by the wise and the good, right? One of them is supporting parents. Monks, these 3 things have been praised by the wise and good. What 3? Charity, going forth from the home to the homeless life, supporting a mother and father. These are 3 duties, right? To be praised by the wise people. So in Thailand, there is a tradition, right, to renounce becoming monks at least once in their lifetime, because they believed sons who renounce, right, passes on merit to their mother. So this is like paying back the cost of mother's milk. Then Chinese also say, if a son renounces, the 9 ancestors will be protected and ascended to the heaven. But still, many people misunderstood that if a monk renounces, he will not care for his parents. This is not true, because in the Vinaya, it is said that if his parents was sick, right, the monk should go and see them, even if they do not ask for, since it is a duty of monks to take care of parents. So the filial piety should be practiced by monks, although they have renounced the worldly bondage, right? So you can see that the going forth becoming monk is also one of the 3 duties praised by the Buddhas, and is the greatest offering of the parents to the benefits and happiness of mankind. 那在这个真知部里面，就是贤智者经那佛陀说呢， 一位智者或者是善良的人呢，会称赞这3项的智者，其中一项呢就是侍奉父母。所以这3样东西是什么呢？就是布施出家，还有呢就是侍奉父母。所以佛陀说这3样东西呢都会被这个智者所赞扬的。那么在泰国有一个这个佛教的传统就是每个男子呢一生中都要出家一次，因为他们相信呢儿子出家呢能将功德回向给他们的母亲，那表达呢对母亲的感恩。那华人也有这样的一个传统，就是呢一子出家九族升天。那其实这说明了什么呢？就是说假如一家里面有一子出家那祖宗这个9代呢都能够得到庇护和升天了。但是呢还是有很多人误解这个佛教出家的意义。他们总认为就是如果出家呢，他们会以他们的这个生他的父母呢就是断绝关系那也不再是他们母亲的儿子那其实呢这是非常严重就是扭曲了这个佛教的这个道理所以这是不正确的。所以呢在我们出家的这个戒律呢也有提到，如果一位出家的父母生病了，即使他们不要求，那出家的子女呢也应该前往看望他们的母亲，因为这是出家人的责任。因此呢尽管出家们已经放弃了世俗的这个束缚他们还是要实行呢对母亲的或者是父母的这个孝道。所以除了这个侍奉父母之外呢，那当然出家也是佛陀所赞扬的因为呢孩子的出家呢是父母给予人类的福祉，给予人类的快乐最大的供养所以呢这也是呢智者所赞叹的。So in the Anguttara Nikaya Brahma Suttas, parents are giving a very high position, right? And there are these 4 terms. One is the Brahma, and the second one is the first teacher. The third is all deities, Pupa Devata, and the fourth is worthy and offering. And why? Right? It says that, first of all, before that, we look at what is Brahma, right? And we know that, in the Indian tradition, Brahma, created the human beings. And not only that, they also created the 4 caste system. So till now, India still has this 4 caste system. And they are very faithfully, follow it because, this is created by the Brahma. So our parents also consider as a Brahma because they created us, right? And therefore, parents should be respected by their children. And what is the first teacher? And parents are the first teacher to teach the children, right? Then what is all deities? Whole deity. And we say that the parents are deities at home. Deities here refer to the best, refer to the supreme. Right? And lastly, parents are worthy of an offering of all the material comfort like food, etc. So Chinese has a tradition also to put the ancestral tablets at their house altar so that they can respect, they can worship their departed parents and ancestors after they die for protection. So in fact, don't wait until they die. And we should take care of our parents when they are still alive. Therefore, Buddhists in a Buddhist country have a daily practice, to pay respect and to show appreciation to the families, to deities. 所以在这个 在这个真字部里面那么也谈到这个父母的称职。那在佛教呢，父母也有很高的这个地位了所以提到父母有4个称职，那就是呢梵天、老师或者是先师，先师就是最早的老师，天神跟值得受人供养的人。那大家都知道在印度教里面呢，梵天就是他们的创造神他们创造了人类创造了这个种族种姓这个制度，所以呢母亲也是大梵天神，因为呢他创造了我们，对吗？所以我们说父母就是梵天神。那先师呢第2个老师呢就是我们的父母，因为他教授我们知识天神呢在这里有指的就是唇膏的意义所以我们说家里有2尊神就是我们的父母那最后呢值得受人供养的人就是他值得我们供养饮食、医药等等所以值得供养。所以呢在我们的华人有普遍一个传统，就是将我们的父母在他们往生之后呢我们会立一个那个牌位把他们供奉起来所以就有这种我们说拜祖先的这样的一个传统。那当然华人就会不单只是供奉起来他们，甚至呢也祈求祖先呢保佑他们所以呢我们讲说不要等到他们往生之后呢，就在我们父母在生的时候呢，我们应该好好的来孝养他们。所以呢在佛教在佛教国家一些他们的这个佛教徒呢他们每天都有礼敬父母这样的一个美好传统。Okay, so the Buddha taught us to be grateful, right? To parents till the end of their life, right? So life comes from parents. So parents provide food, materials, affection and love, and taking care of us when we were young. And in the past, there were an elderly mother who was very sick. So the son carried his old mother and walked to the mountain, right? With the evil thought of throwing his mother in the mountain. So while carrying his mother on the back, then the son heard the sound of the old mother breaking a tree branch behind him. Then he thought to himself, probably his mother might not recognize the way back. So he made the sign along the way back. So he didn't care much and continued to go to the deeper into the mountain. Then after reaching the destination, he put his mother down and said with an emotion, okay, let us break now, right? Then after listening to her son, then the mother didn't get angry. Instead, saying to her son, my son, I brought many tree branches along the way to mark for you when you go down the mountain afterwards. You just follow the sign down the mountain so you won't get lost and you will reach home safely. Then after listening to the mother's words, the unfilial child suddenly felt ashamed. He kneeled down before his mother and asking for forgiveness from his mother and forgiving his ignorant and disrespectful. So his mother forgave him, and the mother and son returned home. Then after that, the son became very respectful to the death of his mother. So the Buddha says, these two people cannot easily be repaid. What two? The Buddha said very clear, it's a mother and father. The Buddha says in the suttas, right? You will not have done enough to repay your mother and father even if you were to carry your mother around on one shoulder and your father on the other shoulder. And if you live like this for 100 years and if you were to anoint, massage, bath, and rub them, and even if they were to defecate and urinate right here, right? Then the Buddha said, how should we repay our parents? The Buddha said, there are 4 dhammas that we can repay them, not just by money, but by bringing parents to the temples, strengthening their faith in the Triple Gem, observing the precepts, supporting the Buddha Sasana by making offering to the Sangha and the temple, and realizing the 4 Noble Truths. So we hope, right, all parents can obtain these 4 ways of filial piety. If children can do this to this extent, they have done their best to the parents and the filial piety. So these 4 are what? One is the faith, right? The second is the sila, the ethical conduct. And the third is the generosity, the jaga. And the last one is the realization of the 4 Noble Truths, which is wisdom. 所以我们学佛的人呢，我们要懂得什么叫做报恩系福。我们说生命是来自我们的父母所以我们小的时候呢，父母无条件的给我们很多物质的享受给我们感情，给我们爱心，照顾我们，把我们抚养成人。所以呢，我们要感谢我们的父母在过去呢有一位很年迈的这个母亲，那么由于呢他失去了这个陌生的这个能力呢，所以他的儿子就觉得这个母亲呢没有用了那么除了能够张嘴吃饭之外呢，又不能工作，于是呢他狠下心来那就背着他的母亲呢就往这个山里去准备把他丢在这个山里。那么在途中呢，儿子在一路上呢听到他背后的母亲呢不断的在折断着树枝的声音那也许他心里想说，他母亲呢可能是不懂怎么回去所以呢就给自己认路吧那他也不以为意就继续的前往更深的这个山里走去。那到了这个目的地之后呢他就把他母亲呢放下，就很无情的就告诉母亲说，我们就在这里分手吧那当然母亲呢听到这番话之后呢，也从容不迫的就是很慈祥的对着儿子说他说，儿刚才上山的时候呢，我沿途折断树枝呢为你做了记号你只要呢顺着这个记号下山，你就不会迷路你就可以呢安全下山了。那他这个不孝儿听了他母亲的这一番话之后呢，心里感到非常的惭愧，非常的内疚那就跪在他母亲的面前，那也要求他母亲原谅宽恕所以呢老人家知道呢他悔改了所以就原谅他，所以母亲呢就跟他的儿子呢就回家去了。所以呢自此以后呢，他儿子就非常的恭敬那侍奉起他的老母亲。所以呢佛陀说孝顺父母mata pitu patana是非常吉祥的事情那么在真知部里面佛陀说比丘们有2种恩呢，我们是难以回报的这2种恩是什么呢？就是我们的父母恩。那比丘们佛陀继续说，即使一个100年寿命的人，在100年中，一个肩膀挑着母亲，一个肩膀抬着母亲呢，常为他们涂香膏啦，涂香油啦，沐香水浴啦，按摩啦，常为他们清理大小便，也不足以呢报答父母恩。那怎么样才算是报答父母恩呢？所以佛陀讲若我们能够把我们父母呢带来寺院亲近三宝，一起学佛呢，那对三宝升起清净的心呢，受持这个5戒呢，能够来让他们做布施，来护持这个僧团呢，护持这个教法呢，也同时让他们能够了解佛陀的教育呢，这个才是呢作为儿子对母亲最大的供养。所以呢有这4法就是信心、持戒、布施与智慧呢，就是作为子女的能够回敬父母最佳的这个供养那么以此来报答双亲之恩呢，这个才是真正的这个报答。所以呢真的我们很希望天下的这个父母呢能够得到 每一个儿女如此的这个孝养。那假如作为子女的我们有如此就是能够做到如此的程度呢也已经呢算是对我们尽了这个赡养尽了我们的孝道了。那天下呢就会更加的和平。Then in the Mahayana Suttas, right, in the Anguttara Nikaya, a Brahman, right, asked the Buddhas about sacrifice that involve a lot of killing of cows and other animals. Then the Buddha said, instead of worshipping the actual fire and killing of plenty of cows, which bring no significance, the Buddha uses the fire terminology, referring to 3 types of fire which should be attended with care and honor. And they are parents, family members, and religious men. So when these 3 fires are worshipped and respected, will definitely bring the happiness in this life and the life after the next. So the first fire is parents, who should be honored. And the second is one's wife and children, employees, and the dependent. And the third represent the religious person who have either attained the goal of arhatship or have embarked on the course of training for the elimination of negative mental trait. 所以呢，在这个真知部里面，火经呢，有记载就是一位婆罗门教徒呢，向佛陀询问有关于牺牲的这事情呢。那当然，在古印度呢，他们所谓的牺牲就是设计大量的杀食这些牛羊还有其他动物的这个祭祀的活动。那佛陀呢就回应这个婆罗门说呀，他说奉献这个火呢，宰杀这些动物呢，不会带来任何好处的。然后佛陀呢便引用这个火的俗语指出呢，我们应该要恭敬尊重这3种火，他们就是父母、家庭成员还有宗教就出家人。因为呢恭敬尊重这3种人呢，会带来此生和来世的快乐所以这是在这个真知部火经。So in the Digha Nikaya, long discourses about in the Sigalovada Suttas, right? And there are 5 ways, right, in which a child should attain to his parents as the East. And the first one, having supported me, I shall support them. Okay, that's fine. And I shall do their duties. That's fine. I shall keep the family tradition. I shall make myself worthy of my inheritance. And the last one is very significant. It says, I shall offer alms in honor of my departed relative. So I will highlight this point later on, what we can do to respect our ancestor parents and maintain this tradition. 那么在这个长部善生经里面呢，有谈到，就是子女呢可以从这5方面来孝养父母就是第一呢，就是以供养回报来他们的养育之恩，照顾回报他们的照顾之恩保存这个家族的美誉，聚成良好的家风第5个呢，就是待会我们要来谈的，就是父母命终之后呢，以他们的名义做布施。我会针对这一点呢，待会我们可以做些什么来表达对父母的孝敬和聚成这样的一个传统Okay, now in the Chinese version, right, of this Ekottara Agama, it says that making offering to parents is equal to making offering to the bodhisattvas, who has one more birth to the enlightenment. Right? So the Blessed One said to the monks, there are 2 dhammas for ordinary people to obtain great merit. And what are the 2? It says the first one, making offering to parents, one can obtain great merit and attain great reward. And the second, if one makes offering to the bodhisattvas, who has one more birth to enlightenment, he also obtains great merit and attain reward. Hence, Monk, you should always mindful, support, and obedience to parents. Then who is our next Buddha? And we all know that the Bodhisattva's Maitreya, right? Who is our future Buddha and currently residing in the Tushita heaven. And he will descend to the human realm to become the Buddhas when the human lifespan reach 84,000 years. So there is a time, the future Buddhas will come to the human world. 那么在这个华人就汉译的这个真言阿含里面，那供养父母呢，就如同供养这个未来佛，就是我们指的这一生辅助菩萨就是将来到世间成就佛道我们说这个未来佛，所以功德非常的大。那么这个是在这个经典里面有提到，就是佛在舍卫城呢，指述给孤豆园，那世尊就告诉比丘，有两法与凡夫得大功德。云何为二法呢？第一就是供养父母得大果报。那第二呢，就是若复供养一生辅助菩萨呢，得大果报所以佛陀说，诸比丘要常念孝顺供养父母。所以呢，这里的这个一生辅助菩萨呢，就是我们指的下一个佛就是弥勒菩萨。那目前呢，他在哪里呢？他就在斗率天内院修行。所以呢，在早期的经典记载里面呢，弥勒呢，在后世这个人寿呢，达到84000岁的时候，就会降生人间所以会在人间呢建立这个净土的预言。所以这部经典指的就是供养父母呢，就如同供养未来弥勒菩萨一样，功德非常的殊胜。It is also interesting, it is in the Akutara Agama, right? It says that one does not respect parents will be reborn in a poor family. It says that if one does not respect his parents and other elders and also does not continue the family business, one will be reborn into a poor family. Then on the other hand, if one respects his parents, brothers and kinsmen, and also makes offering to them, one will be reborn into a rich family. 所以呢，这里在这个真言阿含里面也谈到的就是不尊重父母那将来就会出生在这个贫穷的家庭里面。所以这里讲到不孝顺父母诛尊师长也不承事剩余者。这里不承事剩余者呢，就是指不具承管好家里的事业呢，他便会出生在这个贫穷的家里面当然恭敬父母兄弟等我们会呢在来世出生在这个豪族家里所以这个经典里面也有这样的一个记载。那当然now it says that about respecting parents also increase the lifespan of the people, right? It says that when the people lived for 100 years, okay? So this is the era now. It says that these three things will become widespread. That is the lack of respect for mother and father, lack of respect for the ascetics and Brahmins, and failure to honor the elders in the family. Okay? So from these suttas, you will find it very interesting. It says that the lifespan of the people also depend whether parents are respected or honored or not. Right? So this is a time, right, where you find a lot of people, don't respect to the parents, don't respect to the Sangha. Okay? Then it further said that the lifespan of the people will continue to decrease to 10 years. 10 years. Okay? And what will happen when the lifespan of the people reduced to 10 years? It says that the small girl of 5 years, will be of a marriageable age. Okay? So So it's unbelievable, right? Then it says that people also will not do any 10 moral courses of conduct. So people will do all the 10 unwholesome courses of conduct, right? Then they will not respect, to the religious people at all. And you can find a lot of killing, stealing here and there. But the lifespan of the people will start to increase when they respect their parents and the religious people. So whether parents and religious people are respected or not is one of the important factors leading to either increase or decrease of people's lifespan. So this again suggests that filial piety is an important ethical practice that will affect the order of the nature. So it means if you want to live a long life, right, we have to respect our parents and the religious people, right? It is clear from the suttas. 那这里也有一个很有趣的在这个长部里面有提到，就是人民寿命的增加或减少呢，也似乎取决于就是对父母有没有孝顺，或者是有没有恭敬有没有尊重我们的父母。那有谈到就是当人们的这个寿命呢短到100岁的时候，就是我们现在住的这个时代那么这些事情呢就会增加了，就是呢人们不再的在孝顺父母那么当然对宗教人士呢也不再恭敬。那这种情况下去呢，人的寿命呢就会慢慢的越来越少了。那少到多少岁呢？少到寿命只有剩下10岁的时候呢据说在那个时候男人可以呢5岁呢便娶这个我们说这个5岁的少女了就是很小的时候呢就已经开始结婚了那人民已经不再做什么善业等等那人民更不知道什么叫做善业只懂得不断的去杀害人偷盗邪淫妄语等等那更颠倒的是什么呢？就是他们其实任何不尊重父母或者是不尊敬沙门婆罗门的人呢，都会受到恭敬和赞扬的所以这是非常糟糕所以当人们开始尊重父母呢，就是尊重宗教人士呢经典里面也谈到，就是我们的寿命呢也会逐渐的延长了所以可以看得出来，就是尊重父母或者尊重这些出家人呢，导致人民我们人呢寿命增加或减少的这个因素所以也可以看得出来，就是对父母的孝道呢，对出家人的恭敬呢也会影响这个大自然的这个秩序的。Then in most of the temples in China, right, or in Japan, in their main entrance, right, is guarded by the 4 heavenly kings. They appear as warrior, figures who guard the 4 directions, right, north, south, east, west, and they control different spirits such as Yaka, Nagas, Gandharva, hungry ghosts or predators, and Asura. Then in the Chaturmaharajaka Suttas in the Anguttara Nikaya, the 4 heavenly kings will send their subordinate or personally come down to inspect people's virtues on which day? On the 8th, on the Uposatha day. On the 8th, 15th, 23rd, and the last day of the lunar calendar to see whether people are observing the following practice, right? And these are 4. I summarize it as 4. One is whether they pay respect to the parents, whether they observe the precept, whether they perform the meritorious deeds, or whether they pay respect or reverence to the monks. So the 4 kings will then announce their finding, their report to the Tawatimsa head devas on the Uposatthas. Why? Because God will be very happy with good people reborn, in the heaven. So if there are good practice in the world and there are still good people living a holy life, right, during these Uposatthas, then the God will be very happy because in the future there will be still good people reborn in the heaven. So the number of gods, okay, in the heaven will be more than the Asuras. So they will not be afraid of Asura. We know that Asuras likes to fight with the god, right? So the guardian of the Dhammas will also continue to guard the world from this interference of the Yaksha and the Asuras interference. So from these suttas, right, that imply if many people do not pay respect to the mother and father, to monks, okay, recruits and Brahmin, there will be increasing of the fighting, such as the war, because this is act of the Asura, because Asuras love fighting. Now we can see that a lot of fighting here and there. So this is act of the Asuras, right? So Buddhists will observe precepts during these Uposatthas day. They will do good and pay respect, to the Sangha members and respect to their parents. So in these suttas, whether human respect parents or not, that become the source of the ethical practice that directly affect the peace of the world. 所以在我们华人传统寺院呢，我们都会看到供奉有这三门有供奉这四大天王就是掌管东南西北四个方向，还有统领呢不同的这个天神。那这里的天神有包括就是夜叉啦有地上的这个天神啦、龙啦有阿修罗等等的。那每逢这个布萨日就是在我们这个就是初八15、23跟月底的这一天，那四大天王呢会派遣就是他的属下或者是他亲自下来人间巡查人们的这个德行，那看看人民呢有没有做布施行善持戒孝顺父母或者恭敬三宝，或者有没有对出家人恭敬等等，然后他们就会呢回去呢跟这个33天这个神子呢汇报就是有关于人间的种种状况。那主要是如果人间呢就是还有行这个善法呢就是说在我们人间还有很多善人在过着这种圣洁的生活的时候呢，那这些神呢就会非常的欢喜。为什么？因为呢他们将来就会投身在这个天界那么这些那当这个天界的这个人这个天神数量呢多过这个阿修罗的时候呢，他们就不会被这个阿修罗所欺负那么因此呢这个天神呢众护法神呢也会继续来守护这个世间不被这个什么我们讲的夜叉啦阿修罗等干扰。所以呢我们佛教徒就会有在这4天里面呢我们守这个8戒。当然现在的人没办法4天他可能就守这个初一15所以因此呢我们可以看得出来有没有孝敬父母呢，出家人呢可以直接影响世界的和平和道德的事件也因为不尊敬出家人呢就是不尊敬父母呢，我们就发现到呢很多有关这些阿修罗战斗的事件呢就会频频发生所以我们看到呢现在世界很多角落都发生这些战乱所以这些战乱的情况就是经典里面讲的就是这些阿修罗这些战斗事件所以呢世界呢不再和平。所以相反的，只要我们对父母恭敬尊敬这些沙门婆罗门，我们的世界呢将变得更加的和平了。So in the Sigalovada Suttas, right, the Buddha says the children should frequently offer alms in honor of their departed parents. Okay, share memories with their departed parents for their better rebirth in the future existences, right? So this is one of the 5 duties. So the Chinese Buddhists, right? I'm talking about the Chinese Buddhists. They will honor their departed ones through the following way, right? One is to do danas, frequently do danas to Sangha members and share merit. This is one thing, right? Most of the temple they will do this, right? And also you have the festival to honor departed ones, like Cheng festival. Then the next one will be the Ulambana festival, right? Then another one will be, before the New Year, right? Is on the eve of the Lunar New Year. So they will remember their ancestors. And the third, they will worship of ancestral tablets in the house. So these are the three things that we see the Chinese Buddhists will honor their departed ones. But the problems comes, you see, because usually, people will challenge us, especially the Westerners. They say that the way, the Chinese worship their ancestors, giving their impressions that Chinese are very superstitious. But is this the case? I think we need to, show the difference between the Chinese and Westerners, because Chinese people, they worship their ancestors, right? Whereas the Westerners, they don't worship. And Chinese, I think, are the only one, right, who put the ancestors on their shoulder. Okay? But the Westerners, they don't have such practice. They have only God in their heart, and they have no ancestors. So, because Chinese, right, they are very grateful to their ancestors. They kind of believe we cannot put them as a superstitious belief, right? So it's very unfair, right, to say that this kind of practice of ancestor worship is a superstitious belief, because that is our tradition, that is our practice, and this practice is endorsed in the suttas itself, particularly in the Sigalovada suttas. So why we Chinese want to have this kind of practice? Because we want to, we want our ancestors live in our heart, and we also want our children, who think of us when we die. Right? So if we have ancestors in our heart, similarly, our children will also have you, right? Have us in their heart as well. So because the children have our heart, then we can easily teach them. So nowadays, we can see a lot of youngsters, they become very respectful to their parents. I think one reason is that because they don't have their parents in their heart. So if we have parents in our heart, then we want to do many things, right? But we dare not do it. Why? Because if we do something bad, right, then the parents will be very sad, right? So, but whereas the Westerners, they are quite different, because when they grown up, to the age of 18, they live independently. Sometimes they don't really bother the parents, right? So these are, the cultural differences between the Chinese, the Eastern culture and the Western culture. And for the Western culture, right, they believe if I'm good to the God, I will be fine. So this is the significance of the Cheng, Chinese festival. Then throughout the Cheng festival, we express our filial piety towards our parents and put in practice in our day-to-day cultivation. Even after their departure, of this life, we continue doing the same, accumulating merits, for their better rebirth until the attainment of Nibbana. And our children will do the same, sharing merits with us, until the attainment of the Nibbana. 最后呢，我们来看上圣经有提到的就是后代的人呢，要经常对于去世的这个父母做功德，就是母亲命终后呢，以他们的名义做布施供养，为他们累积这个功德，那回向他们往生上去。所以我们华人的这个佛教徒呢，也会以这几种的方式来对已故的父母表示这个恭敬的。第一呢，就是他们会供养僧团并回向功德给他们的已故父母往生上去。那当然也会在一些传统的日子里面，比如说像这个清明节盂兰盆或者是农历新年除夕来祭拜来他们另外一个呢，就是他们也会在家里供奉这个祖先牌匾。那可以选择，他们会呢选择在每一天给他们上香祭拜他们。那当然，这样的一个祭拜方法，往往呢就会造成 一些不了解的人啊，尤其是西方人呢，对我们这样的一个做法呢，引起很大的误会，甚至说我们东方人呢，非常非常的迷信。我想呢，在这里呢，是我们大家文化的差异的，因为东方人跟西方人不同地方在哪里呢？就是西方人呢，他不会祭拜祖先的啊，只有我们中国人呢才会对这个祖宗崇拜哈。那么当然我们说西方人他们心中只有这个上帝罢了所以他们是没有祖宗的。但是中国人呢，肯定是有祖宗的所以我们不能够因为呢这种祖宗的祭拜呢而说我们这种做法是迷信的。因为呢这一种我们祭拜祖先的做法呢，跟这个跟这种我们说这个祭拜祖宗设立牌位是没有关系的所以其实在这里我想讲的就是呢假如我们内心有祖先的话呢，我们的孩子我们的子女呢，也是对我们也是怎么讲，就是也是有我们在他们的心中假如是我们心中没有祖先的话呢，那我们的子女呢，以后呢也不会有你的啦所以假如是我们有祖先的话呢，同样我们的子女呢也会有我们在他们的心里面。所以呢，我们讲说现在的年轻人呢，生活真的有一点不规律就是想做什么就做什么。我想其中一个最大的原因呢，就是他们心中没有他们的父母。假如一个人心中没有父母的话呢，他其实呢，他们什么事情都敢做出来的，因为他们不怕做了这些事情之后呢，父母会伤心只要我们内心有父母的话呢，我们做了，我们怕我们的父母会很伤心所以呢，这个也就是我们东方人跟西方人最大的不同西方人做什么都可以那有时父母亲不高兴，那是他们的事情关你什么事呢？他们就认为说，只要我对上帝好就可以了那就可以了所以我们东方人不是的所以呢，这个我们可以看得出来，我们东方人跟西方人对这个祭拜祖先尊敬祖先看法还是有差异的。那最后我们一直在讲说我们做功德，对不对？那这个功德是什么呢？在经典里面也有谈到在不同的经典，就是说我们要做功德因为正是功德呢，给我们此生来生带来幸福所以佛陀讲 Sukho punyasa ucayo punyang sukang jivita sanggahanghi punyani paralokasming patita honti panina， 就是功德的累积呢带来快乐，功德在命中时也带来快乐，是功德决定众生的来世。So that's why the Buddha taught his disciple to develop as much as merit or punya as possible. For merit is what bring happiness both in this world and in the next. That's why the Buddha says scatteredly in suttas that the accumulation of merits bring happiness, right? And the merits bring happiness at the end of one life, and merit is what establishes living beings in the next life. OK， 那我在这里呢就交给我们的 Brother Cheng。
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Bhante, for the very interesting, informative and educational Dhamma talk this morning on the significance of a Cheng Memorial Puja. With so many good references from the suttas that are so meaningful and relevant, especially during this time of the Cheng seasons, reminding us our duty to be filial, to be grateful to our ancestors, and what we need to do to fulfill our duties to our ancestors. Our brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, now is a Q&A sessions. Do you have any questions for Venerable Dr. Dhammapala? Bhante, there's one question from sister or brother Hua Chong. Is paying respect to ancestor the same as worshipping ancestors? Bhante uses the term interchangeability.
I think
It's a meta
Yeah.
definition. What's the definition
yeah,
of
it's a matter of emphasis. It's a matter of emphasis. Like when we talk about the paying respect, we are paying respect to our living parents, right? Of course, that is to show our respect also to our ancestors. But when I use the word worshipping, that is when that involve a little bit of religious, the ceremonies, like putting the ancestral tablets, at the altar. Then we will say we worship, the parent. I mean, this is how the Chinese would express, in their way of worshiping. Yeah.
Bhante, is there any way for us to know where our ancestors or where the departed ones have been reborn? And if they are born in the unfortunate states, what is the best way that we can do to help them? Bhante?
Okay. Best way. Okay. So when we say helping our ancestors, we are referring to our ancestors reborn in the realms of the hungry ghosts, right? And of course, for our ancestors who have already reborn in the heaven, and I think they do not need our help and they do not need our merit, right? So, however, we continue doing the merit, sharing the merit with our ancestors who might reborn in the realms of the hungry ghosts. Because in the sutras, the Buddha says the long journey of samsara, in the long journey of samsara, countless family members, relatives, friends have been reborn in the realms of ghosts, right? And some of the ghosts have a long lifespan. Although many lives have passed, they still remember that we were in their past, right? So one was their family and relative. So although the living people have long forgotten them, so they still can remember us, though we have already, long forgotten them. So when we do this kind of, sharing merits, we will use our name to do some good deeds. Like in the Buddhist practice, we offer the 4 requisites to the Mahasangha, and of course we will elect our ancestors, right? Wherever, right? To know that we are doing good deeds in their name, and we will rejoice by saying, 3 times like sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Like rejoicing merit itself is an act of the wholesome action. Then only then, I believe, wherever they are, particularly say like if they're reborn in the hungry ghosts, they'll be benefited from it, and surely released, from the realms of ghosts and rebirth and reborn in the good plans of existence. So here, when you talk about reborn in the unfortunate plans of existence, here I refer to hungry ghosts. Okay, hungry ghosts. Not in other places. Say like if they're reborn in the heaven, there's no more already. But anyway, the sutta also said that we do to others ancestors as well, right? Because in the long journey of samsara from the beginningless time, we have a lot of ancestors, from the beginningless time, who have been reborn in the God. So we do for them, and they can remember us in the past. So we keep doing the merit for them. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Bhante, for a very good answer. Bhante, one more question here. When we do such meritorious deeds dedicated to the departed ones, how should be our attitude? What should be our mental states, Bhante?
Okay, the attitudes. Okay, I think the attitude must be there, right? Okay, now I think the attitude I put into 3 attitudes, right? Say like if we do something good, right, merit, we need to have 3 very wholesome action. These 3 wholesome action is that before we do good deeds, before before doing good deeds, right? Then you have what we call the prior wholesome volition, right? Chetana, chetana. So you are very happy when you think of doing the wholesome action, soon, right? So then another chetana is on the spot. The moment when you offer, the requisite to the monk, right? Then it is a present, the wholesome, the volition. And you are very happy doing it, on the spot. Then another volition is after doing it, when you recall what you have done before, right? Then you have what we call, the wholesome action, arise. The later wholesome action arise, and you rejoice your merits that you have already done. So when someone, doing the wholesome action with this kind of three wholesome action in mind, surely they will be very happy, very joyful, and have confidence in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So, yeah, right? So this is what I want to highlight, the kind of attitudes, three mental, wholesome action before, during, and after.
Yeah, thank you, Bhante, for your good advice. I think we have time for one more last question. One more last question from Sister Sid. We were told by elders that we must perform Cheng Beng Memorial Puja on the actual day, 4th of April, for those who just departed within 1 year ago. For those who departed more than 1 year ago, any of the days within the Cheng Beng period is fine. Is this correct in the Buddhist practice, Bhante?
Not really. I think the Cheng Beng festival is just a day to remind us, to do good, for our ancestors, to share memories with our ancestors. Whether 1 year or less than 1 year, after 1 year, that is not a problem. Okay, this is more of the Taoist belief, right? So always remember, Cheng Beng is a day for us to remember our ancestors, pay respect to our ancestors. I think more important is to pay respect when they are still alive. They are still alive. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Once again, thank you so much, Bhante, for the very interesting and the very informative education Dhamma talk this morning, and also for the very good and profound answers to our questions. And on behalf of all devotees, we convey our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Continue.
Thank you very much, Venerable Dr. Dhammapala, for the very interesting Q&A session. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. The significance of Cheng Beng Memorial Puja is definitely a very relevant talk to us, as it is a period of Cheng Beng, as stated by Brother Chim, a very good Dhamma guide to our family members. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, this morning we have participated in the Sunday Buddha Puja service, listening to the Venerable's Dhamma sharing and deeper understanding of the QA session. With the merits accrued, let us invite Venerable Dhammapala to lead us in a dedication of merits to all sentient beings, families, relatives, and friends, and to all the departed ones. May they rejoice in these merits. Over to you.
Patidana, transference of merit. Akasata cha Bhumata Devanaga Mahidika Punyantang Anumoditwa Chirang Rakantu Loka Sasanang Chirang Rakantu Desanang Chirang Rakantu Mambarang Etawata cha amhehi sampadang punya sampadang Sabe deva, sabe sata, sabe buddha anumodantu sabba sampati siddhiyang. Patidana, transference of merits to departed relative. Idang me nyate nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyate nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idang me nyate nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Punyanumodana, sharing of merits. Imang no punya bagang mata pito nanche acharya nanche sapa sata nanche sapa mita nanche sapa nyati nanche sapa peta nanche sapa devata nanche bhajemam. Imang no punya bagang sabba satanang dema sabbe sata sukita hontu. Patana, aspiration. Imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo. Satang samagamo hotu yavani banapatiya. Idang me punyang asava kaya wahang hotu. Idang me punyang nibbanas pacayo hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Venerable Dr. Dhammapala, thank you very much to be with us this morning, Sunday Buddha Puja service, and a very interesting Dhamma talk. A point to note, or reminder to the brothers and sisters, accumulation of merits brings happiness. Brothers and sisters, please help me to thank Venerable Dr. Dhammapala. Thank you, the organizing team. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, before we end, let us pay homage to the Triple Gems. Buddhang bujemi, Dhammang bujemi, Sanghang bujemi. To the devotees, thank you very much for participating. To those who have stayed until to the transference and sharing of merits, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We have come to the end of this number 40 online Sundays Buddha Puja service. There will not be a Buddha Puja on Sunday. That's next week, Sunday, 4th April, due to Cheng. On the Sunday, the following week, the Sunday, 11 April, SJBA will be having the online Patidana in conjunction with Cheng. Please contact the SJBA office for the details if you wish to dedicate merits to your departed parents, relatives, and friends. The usual online Sunday Buddha Puja service will resume on the 18th April. Remember to refer to your society's Facebook for the posters with the information. Remember to stay safe, stay home. May you and family be safe, well, happy, and peaceful always. Sukhi hontu, sabbe sata sukita hontu.
සමාභිනිම් මිතසායුදන්තං ගිරිමිකලං උදිතගෝර සසේන මාරං ධානාදි ධම්ම